Yes, good morning guys, we are back with another YouTube video. Today it is Monday the 3rd of August, not July. I'm just doing my health tests, which a bad, it's not even red, so I'm going to have to do it again. My fasted blood glucose, so I'll redo that because it hasn't even given me a reading. I've just done my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was 98/38, and I was like, fucking hell, that's a bit low. Like, that's lower than it usually would be. That's not the best blood reading I've ever had. Blood pressure reading I've ever had. I did it again, and I got the exact same. So I don't think it was wrong. Clearly just fucking that healthy, bro. But yeah, we're doing my fasted blood glucose reading right now for the second time. So I've got that. Let's put that here. After this, I will do my check-in. I've already taken my peptides, so my SLU, clem, which isn't a peptide, 5-amino, and my GHKC and my MOPC. I've already taken off those, okay, and BPC. So here we go. Oh. Okay, cool, we've got enough blood. Let's do this. See what we get. 4.9, which is higher than last week, to be fair. But you know, there's so many things that affect fasted blood glucose. I never really honestly put too much pressure on it. I think people were like, oh my god, fasted blood glucose, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. But like the thing is, I'm getting leaner. Yeah, so last week it was 4.6, the week before that was 4.7. And honestly, I don't put too much pressure on it because, like, as long as it's in range, I'm not too concerned because, first of all, I'm getting leaner anyway. And second of all, on top of that, like, I do it pretty quickly after I wake up. So I have drank and I am somewhat hydrated, but I'm not, you know, I haven't waited around half an hour. I also have the last meal last night is 140 grams of carbs. So like, I'm not also surprised. If I was, I imagine if I was to do it after a training day, it actually would probably be a bit lower because my last meal is smaller. But my last meal on the rest day is quite big. It's 140 carbs, like I said. So I'm also not surprised where it lands. But for the most part, mate, it's for the most part, guys, it is in range, and that's what matters most. Yeah. So either way, I'm gonna crack on with my check-in now. We've got a busy one today, very busy one. So my car is going into the garage this morning at night, so I'm training a little bit earlier. I'm gonna train, alter some things around. But essentially, it's just gone past 6. So been up for a good 20 minutes. So it's 20 past 6, and it's been up for 20 minutes. So about 20 minutes. Weigh in today, new low, 92.3, which is a 0.1 drop. I actually think I thought it was going to be into the 91s this morning, to be honest with you, because I went to weigh myself before I went to bed with clothes on and my phone in my pocket. And I was like in the 94s, which is like, I've never, like, usually I'm in the 95s when I go to bed. I was like, fucking hell, I'm going to hit a new low. But I think because I think I woke up at some point in the night and chugged a load of water. Maybe that was only a couple of hours ago. Maybe it was fucking midnight. I don't know because I didn't check the time because that would just throw me off. But either way, I did indeed hit a new low, 92.3, which is cool. I looked at myself. I haven't really properly looked at myself yet because I'm about to be checking anyway. But I looked at myself and I was like, fucking hell, I do look definitely leaner today, which is cool. So yeah, we're gonna crack on with the day because I haven't really got any time to waste. But plan is do my check-in. Send over my check-in while I'm making a coffee. After I've drank my coffee, I'll literally go do my cardio and then do some steps. I'm not going to do as many steps as I usually would because, again, like, I'm a bit pressed for time, so probably only going to do like 3 to 4k steps. Usually do about 4.5, 5k, and then we'll sort of just go from there when it comes to I'm still going to train for 2 meals, so I'm going to have my first meal a little bit earlier, and then usually have like 8:30 to 8:45 sort of range, and then but I'm going to have it pretty much as early as I can once I've done what I need to do, and then from there we'll crack on with having a shower, doing some more work, and all of that sort of jazz, really. But yeah, I'm then going to get my car dropped off. My car's getting dropped off at 9, so I'm going to then go to a Costa, have my pre-Acosta with a nice old coffee. I'd rather it as a Starbucks, but there's no Starbucks, is where I'm going. Starbucks is way better than Costa, by the way. And then from there, I'll go walk to the gym, which is a 15-minute walk from the Costa, so I can eat my pre-meal, go on a digestion walk, which I do like to do after my pre-workout meal. Train, nice push day, and then I'll go home, have my post and all that sort of jazz. So it'll work out quite well. It's just a bit of a tight schedule this morning. I won't be able to get quite as much work done, but yeah, we'll still make it work. Got quite a bit of work. Monday's my busiest day, like check-ins wise. I think I'm like 10 odd check-ins. It's definitely like double-digit check-ins. And then I have a setup to do as well later for my boy Lucas, which will be sweet. So yeah, it's gonna be quite an exciting day. But right now, gotta get on with my check-ins. Look like a right gimp with this tucked in. I don't know why I've got it tucked in. Right, so that is my check-in wrapped up. I do 2 rounds, so it's nearly 7 o'clock. I've literally just about to go 7. So far, I've done my health tests. I've also replied to a few messages on WhatsApp, and I've done my check-in, sent that over as well. Just making my coffee. I'm going to go straight onto the spin bike, come back, do some steps to eat. Like I said, eat a bit earlier. I'll actually show you guys a little bit more of my check-in than I did last time when I filmed on a Monday and recorded some, because I know I only showed like 4 or 5 shots, and that's because I was still fat. Definitely getting leaner, obviously, and I'm happy with, like, I say I'm happy, like I'm happy with how I look today, but for the most part, like I definitely am getting in my own head a little bit about the visual. In my head, I'm just thinking I need to push harder, I need to push harder, and in reality, I don't, which is why I definitely I don't think I could ever coach myself, at least into it to stage condition. Well, I definitely could get in stage condition. I just think I would probably not get there as efficiently as I could. I think I'd get there too efficiently. I think that might come at the detriment of bringing the best look possible, because I probably push too hard and even run myself into the ground, because, like, honestly, I don't have any issues of doing whatever like I need to do to get lean, and like I don't know why I just like this thought that's like imperative that I have to get in condition ASAP. When in reality, it doesn't matter what I look like realistically now. It matters how I look like on stage. Obviously, yes, I want to be on track right now, which I definitely am. I also just think in my head, why am I not peeled? Why am I not peeled yet? So yeah, I definitely think I'd end up pushing myself a bit too hard. I remember when I used to diet, like before I do research, do like an hour of fucking cardio, and I'd be super restricted, and that would put me in a really bad position. But yeah, either way, water, fucking love it. It's crazy because like I have a water filter. I just don't use it because I'm lazy and it fills the. Using tap water fills it up way quicker. Getting all that fucking shit in my body. Doesn't matter, I take an exogenous test. Who cares? So, I already had about 500 mils prior to this bottle. So, by the time I finished my cardio, I probably would have finished most of this bottle, which would take me to about 2 liters. I always train on, ideally, like, even if I'm training early, I try and train on like at least 3.5 liters, but usually I train on like 4.5-ish, give or take. If it's later in the week, I train on about 5.5, 6, because I train a bit later. Right, hello guys. So we've recently we just finished up cardio pretty much. I'm out on a walk now, and yeah, so it's like 5 to 8.
I've got to leave in just under an hour to drop my car off. So I kind of had a slight change of plans. I'm not going to train off 2 meals because I don't really want to cram them in. And like, while I do have time to do 2 meals, like they're too, like it's just too close together. I don't really like that. So I thought, you know, and I've got other stuff to do. I've still got to have a shower. I've got a pin as well, and you know, pinning fucking takes some time. Thankfully, I already pre-drawn my shots, but either way, I still got to do it. It's fucking. I mean, I use 27 gauges, and thankfully, I'm not using fucking like 29 or 30 gauges because they take fucking ages, especially when they got an oil in. But either way, I still got to do that. I got to have a shower. We get shit ready, and you know, if I've got like 50 minutes or so to do that, but I've got to still, you know, go on a walk and shit, and I'd ideally like to do a check-in or 2 as well. Yeah, I just thought I'd just do fucking 1 meal, because I mean, I still feel like I'm not that deep into prep. Like, I am getting deepish into prep, I guess, but I'm not super fucked or anything like that. Like, it's not gonna make a difference, you know. Like, I feel sound, and also it's like it's my smallest meal of the day, so I'm like missing out on like 50 carb. Like, it's not gonna be that significant. I've also got 45 grams of carbs in my interest, so I'm not really that arsed. Checking feedback from the boss. Basically, everything's relatively sound. I want to sort of, I think, shows wise, we'll have a bit of an idea of what we're doing hopefully over the course of this week. Obviously the main goal is like British finals. Like that's like the one that, like, the big goal, right? Obviously I'd quite like to do the FitX Welsh, because it's not too far, and also I think it'd be fun to do a FitX show, but we'll see about that. It also depends, because I'm pretty sure that collides with the naturals weekend, like PCA naturals, which obviously I'm not going to be doing, but I do have clients doing that show, which I've already told them, and it won't be that first show. And like, ultimately, if it does collide, it's not the end of the world, because I also do want to prioritise my own sort of thoughts, and the people doing that show, like for Jack, it will be like his 4th show at that point. I don't need to be at all of them. I do like to ideally be at as many client shows as possible, and I think obviously as time goes on, as I get more busy, obviously it will become harder, but right now I like to generally think like I want to be at least all of my clients, at least one, ideally the first one, but at least all of my clients shows at least once, who are competing, if that makes sense. But regardless, I'd quite like to do that. I want to do 2 PCA regionals, to be honest. 1 classic, 1 in junior bodybuilding. Classic short, that'll be, because I'm like right on the cusp. Somehow, don't really know how. Because I thought I'd be like fucking classic tool, but I don't really care. Classic short's definitely, I'd say, more competitive. So can't really go wrong in that regard. But yeah, that's the sort of plan. So like I got around 4 shows sort of in mind. I don't know what regionals. Obviously, there's a few. Like there's the PCA Yorkshire, PCA London, PCA Central. I think is that PCA Stafford, or is that, I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. But there's like 3 or 4 regionals that I could that are up in the air that I could be doing. So it'll be like 2 of those regionals probably, and then maybe hopefully the FedEx show, and then obviously finals. And to be honest, I'll probably leave it after finals. Yeah, I'd say so, because I just want to fucking rebound and get fucking huge. So long-term progression is the main focus, really. But the plan for this week is just keep on doing what we're doing. Probably have a de-output day later this week, sort of just with how things are, on probably a rest day, so Thursday or Sunday. I will be honest, I actually look forward to de-output days. I haven't had a de-output day so far in prep that is solely a de-output day. It's also been a high day. But when I think about, like, if I have a high day or I have a de-output day, like, I'm looking forward to this potential de-output day more than I am any high day that I've had, or any high day that I will have, because for me, like, food's fucking food, yo. You know? But as much as I like doing cardio and I don't mind doing the steps, it does take a toll on me. And like, my legs do definitely eventually feel that we're battered. Like, they felt pretty battered yesterday, They weren't awful. Like trust me, I know. Like I remember at the end of my like 2024 prep, like my legs literally felt like lead, bro. That was brutal. And they do not feel anything like that now, but they definitely do feel a little bit battered. So like it's nice to know that obviously I've got a day out per day at some point this week where obviously steps will probably be minimal and I won't be doing cardio, which especially being on a rest day means, you know, that's 40 minutes on the Stairmaster I don't have to do this week, which is, again, as much as I don't mind doing cardio and I actually do quite enjoy it, it's nice to just know that I can probably just chill the fuck out for a day and just fucking, you know, just alleviate any sort of like, well, alleviate some level of like inflammation through the lower body, and just, yeah, it's just nice. It's just nice to know. Like I look forward to that more than any extra food. Appetite still hasn't been regained. I definitely will say, like over the past week or so, I have been enjoying my meals though, which is nice. Like I'm not hungry for them, but when I actually am eating them, like I do actually enjoy them, which is honestly a nice feeling. Like I forgot how nice it was to actually enjoy your meals instead of having to like fucking ram them down you and just know it's for a greater cause. But you know, that's part of the game, isn't it? Like at the end of the day, I'm sure there'll be off seasons in the future I do that, you know, I'll be probably slamming like 7k calories, maybe more, maybe probably around that, if not more. And like I don't look forward to that. I know that's going to be a lot harder than this past off season. So, you know, it's one of those, just got to embrace it, embrace the fact, like embrace whatever phase you're in, because it could always be so much worse. And like your perception on stuff is everything, you know. Hunger, in my opinion, is very much almost like an emotion. A lot of the time, like it's more so a craving, and there's no definitive term or explanation for what hunger really is. It's something that can be signaled via sort of ghrelin in the brain, but at the same time, like how do you know when it's that, and how do you know when it's just cravings? Well, it's a little bit hard to tell for sure, but a lot of the time I think hunger is kind of more so like an emotion where it's just something you're feeling. But it's not actually necessarily, again, it's a little bit hard to explain, but hopefully someone watching this gets my train of thought. But regardless, like if you are hungry, look, you're eating 5 fucking nutritious meals a day, maybe 4, maybe 6. There's people out there that would fucking kill to be on that quality of food, because like realistically it's good quality food, it's whole foods. You know, people out there who would love to be in that position, whether it being fed multiple times a day good quality food, and they're not. So, you know, be grateful for that, show some gratitude. And also on top of that, like your food's not that low for a lot of the time. For some reason, a lot of the time people complain about the food's never actually that low. Sometimes it is actually that low, but like 2.1k calories, for instance, or like low 2000s, that's not really that fucking low. That's still above like what most people or like the daily recommended average intake is. So again, it's just something to keep in mind, because don't get me wrong, like 2000 calories for sure, if you're a fucking 100 kilo bodybuilder, it's not a lot of food. But when you're like 2000 calories for someone who's like a 75 kilo guy, you know, it's still a reasonable amount of food. And you know, the lowest I've had to have someone's food get out of anyone I've coached so far is 1300. But I have no doubts in the future I'll probably have to push someone harder than that and lower than that. Bear in mind this person wasn't doing cardio, but you know, it's one of those where sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and it takes what it takes. So fucking, that's bodybuilding at the end of the day. It is extreme. Man the fuck up and crack on with the work, and vice versa. If you're in the off season, yeah, sometimes you do have to eat a fuck ton of food. But guess what? If you want to get fucking big, that's what you got to fucking do. So yeah, that's that rant over. Again, very very sort of short walk. I think we're just probably shy of like 2k steps total so far today, maybe even a bit less than that, which is not quite what I wanted. Like I said, I want about 3, like ideally a minimum of like sort of 3.5k. But you know, like I said, we've got to crack on. I might be able to do some more steps in a bit, but I'll see you guys in the next clip. Right, so we have just prepped our pre and our post-workout meals. Had my morning hydration drink, which is about 15 to 20 grams of creatine. I think today it was like 17 grams. I think there's some on my nose. No, and then I do like a scoop and a little bit. So I do like 7 or 8 grams of HydroFlow, which is like a serving and a half. And then I do like another like bit after I have trained. Gonna quickly hop on the shower, pin my fucking anabolic steroids. Monday pin is always the most goated pin, because like I think I said in the last video, I don't pin daily, I pin every other day, because I feel fine, I don't have any issues with that, and also I fucking hate pinning already, which is great because I've got years and years and years of this. But either way, I'm going to do that, pin both my shots. Like, the reason Monday's good is because I pin on Sunday. So Sunday, Monday's like a back-to-back. So I do probably get a bit of an extra high peak after this pin. But again, like I said, I don't feel any negatives. I think one thing people look for is when they take anabolics, they almost like searching for sort of a certain feel and stuff like that. And like, I don't really feel all that much. Honestly, especially with like something like trend, like feeling it is probably a side effect as opposed to, you know, actually feeling good. You know, like if you're feeling the trend because you're angrier, that's more so a side effect as opposed to a good thing. But regardless of that, either way, I'm gonna quickly hop in the shower because we are leaving a little bit earlier than I actually anticipated, because basically I've got to drop my car off at the garage, but that means that my mum also needs to come with me so she can obviously take me to the gym after I drop my car off at the garage. So shout out, mum, thank you, appreciate it. But yeah, also that means I'm working on that schedule, so I'm no way I'm going to get any check-ins done, but I have thankfully replied to prep messages and shit like that, which is sound, and just any sort of important things. And like, the thing is, mate, like, I'm going to I don't know why I keep doing that. The thing is, guys, I'm going to Costa anyway to do my check-ins after, so it just means I'm 20 minutes behind schedule in regards to the check-ins. But yeah, either way, it's been a bit hectic morning, but the most important thing is getting it done, and that's what we're going to do. So yeah, let's crack on, and I'm going to hop in the shower. Yes, guys, so we're currently in Costa. Just wrapped up my last check-in, had my pre-workout meal, about to walk to the gym, which is about 10-15 minute walk from here. But yeah, I've wrapped up my last check-in, everything's good. Car's in the garage, car's already done, to be fair, but I'm going to go train first, then I'll go from the gym to obviously get everything picked up. We're going to have to be on it, we're going to finish the gym session. I've got enough time to do my push session, but I don't know if I'll have time to post. It's a bit unfortunate, I can just post later on. But yeah, either way, got a iced Americano. I'm a cold brew guy, but they didn't do a cold. That's a Starbucks thing. They didn't do a cold brew apparently here, which I did. They did when I checked the website. But either way, I got an iced Americano, which is actually pretty nice. It's nicer than the Starbucks iced Americano, but the cold brew like completely wipes the floor with both of those. But yeah, we're gonna head off to the gym now and go from there really. Yes, guys. So just wrapped up our gym session. I'll talk more about it later, but it was incredibly productive. Great pump, great vibes, and yeah, now it's time to go get my car.
Right, guys, we were back with my car, which is all good to go. Oil change, sorry, air filter redone, all that fucking, basically a mini fucking service, bro. All that shit done, some other shit as well done. But yeah, either way, all that sorted, and it's currently just gone 1:10, so it's been a pretty productive day so far. I don't actually know where I'm going, so hold on, guys. Right, okay, so we're back. I have no idea where I'm going, to be honest. I have a rough idea, but we're just gonna kind of wing it, and eventually I'll find my way home. Which ideally, I say I need to do ASAP because I'll go hype it, but I actually forgot to pin my Lantus this morning, so I probably won't. So I need to go pin my Lantus, which is still in. Why? Because it's just going to keep me even more responsive. The more responsive I can say, the greater potential there is for more muscle gain, and more so better fucking. I just saw like the exact same fucking car as my car, but it wasn't. But okay, yeah, I could left that here. I know where I am now, guys. But yeah, either way, I need to pin that when I get back. Realistically, I've only had one meal, so it's not going to make a massive difference anyway. I probably lost on like 0.02 grams of muscle, but it is what it is at the end of the day. It's nothing too pivotal. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully, I don't lose all my muscle because I've got to pin my Lantus. But yeah, I'm going to go back, obviously make my post-workout meal. Now, as I've sort of expressed before, I'm not the biggest fan of cream of rice. Even though I'm starting to enjoy my meals more, I'm still struggling with the cream of rice a little bit, especially when it's hot, and I usually forget to make it. So I actually made it this morning, and the other day I tried freezing it, because apparently it's really nice, and it actually was, I prefer it cold, but actually freezing it is a lot nicer. It's like, I'm not a massive fan of ice cream, and it's a little bit similar to ice cream, but it's a little bit harder, and it's not like creamy, it's just different. I actually don't mind it, to be fair. But either way, as long as it's not warm, I don't really fucking care, because I'll just get it in me. But that's that. So go home, have my post. Now, the main thing I wouldn't say I'm necessarily super behind on is steps today, obviously, because today's just been a bit like different this morning. So I'm gonna have to go out on instead of a slightly longer sort of post-workout walk than I usually would, just because again, I just want to catch up on my steps. Usually about this point of the day, I probably done like at least around 7 or 8k for a Monday. I've probably done, I actually haven't checked, but I reckon I've done probably about 5k. So I want to get on top of that because I've got 14k steps to tick off. But other than that, done all my check-ins, cardio. I've got still like work to do, like WhatsApp wise, still got a SAP to do this afternoon, which is sound, all of that sort of jazz, which is cool, keeping me busy. afternoon, going to see Phoebe at 6 p.m. We're going to watch The Odyssey this week. We were going to watch it last week, and I actually cut it out the last video because I said I was going to go, and then we never ended up going in the evening because we were building Phoebe's bookshelf, which was a hell of a task. But either way, I think we're going to go watch The Odyssey potentially later this week, which would be sweet. I'm excited for that. But yeah, it was a good session, guys. Like, I took some really nice progressions. I was up 2 reps on my top set. To be fair, last week was it just felt like really shit. I don't really know what was going on. I was a bit like disappointed, but I was 2 reps up, and then I matched the back down. Nearly took a fucking +1, but I didn't quite have it in me. And like, considering I was going through that session at a slightly faster pace than I usually would have, I'm actually really pleased with how the session was. I wasn't rushing for it by any means, but I wasn't taking my time quite as much as I usually would have. But yeah, it was a really, really good session all round. I did take some pretty nice fucking progressions. Cycle's definitely kicking in. I feel like I can feel the fucking fullness return. I was looking at myself and like, I remember like Sandeep sort of looked at me and was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what the fuck? I don't know why I look like this. It's the fucking fullness coming through. Fucking that 600 test doing bits. Oh no, I told you guys how much test I'm on. 600 test. You already know I'm on 1.3 grams a game. Might as well just tell you my whole cycle at this point. 600 tests, 300 EQ, 400 mass, which is the highest I've ever run mass, to be fair. It's not the highest I've had EQ though. But to be fair, the highest I've had mass before this, pretty sure was like 200. So yeah, big old jump up there. But EQ's lower. I think that was like, I don't know. I didn't actually run like, I was actually 50 milligrams under what I was supposed to be running peak off season. My last off season, I was supposed to be doing like 750 tests. I didn't realize that I was doing 700 tests. So actually, I should be like fucking 5 pounds heavier than I am now. But yeah, really, really good session. Feeling good. Vibes are good. Caffeine consumption. You know, I've had 2 black coffees today. I'm trying to really limit my caffeine intake this off season, which is something I was speaking to Reese about. To be fair, like obviously he's done very similar, and for me, like I'm very much of, my shoulder feels a bit fucking wank. I'm very much of a stim guy, but I'm trying to just keep stim for leg day, like a smaller bit of stim, like pre-workout stim. I was obviously using Mega Pump today, which is non-stim. But a bit of stim on my deadlift session and which is posterior on Saturday, and then Tuesday for my leg day is the plan. The rest of the time I'm just going to do coffee because it's not as high in caffeine. I just want to keep that lower, just keep the general sort of like, obviously utilising, you know, clen and other shit as well. Like, I want to just try and keep as little stress on the body as possible. And you know, even with like obviously the peptides in play, like they're going to drive up some level of like stress on the body. So just trying to keep overall, I pull out this junction, it's going to be so AIDS. Just trying to keep overall stress on the body as low as possible is really what I sort of want to do. Probably should have gone there, to be fair. I'll have to pause the video, guys. Saying it was, I don't really know what I'm saying, but I've pulled out the junction now, guys, so we're all good. But yeah, go home. Obviously got, it's crazy, like I've had 1 meal, which to be fair is not like, I would have usually had 2 meals at this point, but like it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna get all my meals in spaced out appropriately, but it's crazy because like, I'm not even fucking hungry. Like I would probably be a little bit hungry if, like I said, I had my Lantus, because my blood sugar would be low, and therefore it like almost reinforces in the back of my mind, oh, I kind of need to eat. But because I don't have that, my appetite is fucking shit still. Prep week 10, and I still haven't got fucking appetite. But at least I'm enjoying my meals. That's a pro. But yeah, either way, I imagine I reckon in the next 2 weeks it will come back. With sort of how things are, but you know, we never know. But I don't want to say I miss being hungry, but I'm excited to sort of feel hungry again, just because it would actually be nice to feel hungry. But yeah, honestly guys, it was a smashing session, so we're going to go home. I'll speak to you guys in a little bit. Yes guys, so we are back. It is 5 p.m, so I'm 3 meals deep. I had another meal after my post, which would have usually been my meal 1. It was my oats meal, oats, whey, berries, whatever. And now I'll have my next meal in about an hour's time, just over an hour's time, which will put me back on track where I'd usually be at. Steps wise, done like 10k now, 11k, so I've only got a few thousand left to tick off there. Work, my WhatsApp was clear, it's no longer clear. I had this guy, like he's not new because I've worked with him multiple times before, and he won't watch this. And he's a good client for the most part, but he's from a different like ethnicity, so like there is a little bit of a language barrier, and I find it so funny because like he asks like quite arbitrary questions. I'll then respond to the question, give him an answer, and then he'll basically like repeat the question, and I'll be like, bro, I just told you, bro, like I just told you, man. Which I always find quite funny. But either way, away from that, when it comes to everyone else seems to be getting along really, really well. Prep guys all smashing it. Jack's pretty much in his last week fat loss, which is wicked. We're literally like I pulled his cardio like fully today. There was only like three or four. No, yeah, it was 3 20-minute sessions per week. I'm pretty sure it's 3 20-minute sessions per week. But either way, I pulled it out. We just got steps in now. We had a D output day yesterday, high day, and the output day today, which saw a really good session, which is wicked. And yeah, like honestly, I reckon by the end of this week, fat loss will be done. It'll just be a case of like building his food back up a little bit, bringing him out to sort of like maintenance and holding him there. And then we've got Dylan, who just had like 2 high days. One on a rest day, one on a training day, with some D output too. He's also had a bit of deload as well. Actually, the past few days, I actually gave him some like nice extra food and stuff like that, and now he's feeling a lot better, which is great. He's freshened up. He's ready for the final sort of stint of fat loss, ready for the dig, bro. David doing really, really well, mate. Like he's the fucking workhorse, bro. He's just kept his head down, and fucking getting this fucking shit done. A little bit more to come off the glutes, but again, 5 weeks out, we've got plenty of time. And then Zeph is, I'm actually not sure. I think off the top of my head, like 12-ish weeks out, maybe 11 or something like that. It's something like that. It's quite a while out. And like we only sort of like recently dropped the hammer. Like we've been prepping for a good several weeks, but we've kind of like recently just dropped the hammer a couple of weeks ago, and now we started ramping things up. Now we've kind of come to the back end of the health phase, and his body weight and just visual is progressing really nicely, which is cool. Dan, he hasn't checked in since Friday, so he was checking. His next check-in is tomorrow, Tuesday. He's checking in twice a week at the moment. All my prep guys, I usually get checking in like twice a week, pretty much from the get-go. But his body weight and visual seems to be responding pretty well as well. And then I think that's everyone, to be fair. I'm sorry if I'm missing someone. No, don't think I am. Oh yeah, Charlie. Charlie hasn't officially started prep yet. We're going to be turbo prepping him. He's in America now, so we basically did finished off like a diet he was already doing. He's now going to go to America for 2.5, 3 weeks. Which the scary thing is, obviously, it's American food, portion sizes, all that sort of jazz. So hopefully he doesn't come back a fat mess. Obviously, we've got a lot of systems in place to make sure that doesn't happen, but you never know. So Charlie, if you're watching this, bro, you better be locked in. Obviously, to a degree. I did say enjoy a little bit of food here and there, basically in summary, right? But yeah, hopefully with him checking in still, and obviously me keeping a close eye on him, he'll be relatively sound. Speaking of which, he actually hasn't checked in today, so I'm gonna have to fucking chase that up. But away from that, everyone else seems relatively sound. Like I said, he'll be turbo prepping once he gets back for a Nabo show in November. Just a one-hit wonder for him, and he's only recently signed on, so we haven't really had too much time to sort of put a more, I don't want to say efficient timeline in place, but a sort of better mapped show timeline. So that's why it's only the one show, and he's just doing it for the love of the game purely anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much everyone in regards to the prep check-ins, and then myself. Fucking riding a good wave. That's all I'm gonna say. We're currently using some. I don't know if I think I've already said this, but I've been using injectable SLU on top of my usual SLU. So I do. I didn't take this morning. I took this earlier, after post workout. Basically, I had my post workout. Waited a little bit, did some more work. Then when I went on that longer walk I was on about, I did this right before I went on the walk because it's kind of the closest I'm going to get probably to a fasted state and a decent amount of expenditure. And ultimately, usually basically what I'd do is I'd usually take this, so I do 1 mil, which is 1500 micrograms. I usually do that pre-workout, just because obviously that's when I'm going to be doing more expenditure. So obviously I take my morning oral SLU pre anything really, first thing off the bat with my clan, my other peptides, all that sort of jazz, and then I take a little bit more later in the morning just because I've got a bar of this shit. So I'm just working my way through that. Once it's run out, I don't fucking get any more because I hate pinning it. I pin it sub Q as well, so I usually get a bit of a lump, and I can see it here. It's not. It goes down pretty fast. It'll go within the hour, but it's just annoying because it's just a little lump of because it's not water. It is. I don't really know what it is, to be fair. I think it is an oil, but it's definitely not water, bro. Yeah, it's an oil, and it just it sits a bit funny. It's not the end of the world. It's just obviously a bit annoying, but it's fucking is what it is, isn't it? And yeah, that is everything, guys. So I'm gonna go fucking prep some food, all that sort of shit. Do some shit. I still got the rest of the setup to do. I need to send a video over. I've done the setup. Gonna fucking go on another walk later. Got a couple more meals to get in. I want to finish watching the film I was watching last night. I watched like a lot. Like, bro, it was so good. I don't often get like that much time to sort of like chill the fuck out. And last night I watched like nearly a whole movie in one go. It was fucking wicked. It was fucking sick, man. So I was watching War Dogs. I've got like 20 minutes left or so. So I want to finish that off. Maybe 25 minutes. But yeah, either way, that is the plan. POA. I think that's probably the end of this video. I don't know if I'll do any more. Might do a bit more. Might do a bit less. Comment down below if there's anything you guys want to see. Because like I am aware there's only so many. I should do a full day of eating, to be fair. Because like I don't really enjoy doing them. But I also haven't done one for a little while. And my food is a little bit low now. I'm 525 carb on training days, 300 carb, 298 carb technically, 228 carb, 300 carb, whatever, on non-training days. Protein's about 275 both days, and fats are 59 on non-training days, 41 non-training days, I think. Fuck no, something like that, bro. I just followed the meal plan. Obviously output's 14k. Cardio daily, 40 minutes on rest days, 30 minutes on training days. Split still 5 times a week. I think post-show, when I'm rebounding, just to keep on top of things like recovery-wise, I'll probably go down to 4 times a week, just for a little bit, just to keep on top of recovery. Do what I did in Thailand, but maybe like, but just across a 7-day period as opposed to 2 days on, 1 day off, where I do like upper, lower, rest. Or actually no, upper. I don't know how I'd lay it out across the week because I like having set days, but probably like upper rest, lower rest, push, posterior rest, something like that, just to keep on top of recovery and maximize that rebound really, because I imagine I probably will feel a little bit fucked, and I don't want, like, basically the less fucked I feel, the better that rebound's going to be, because if I feel fucked, I'll have to end the rebound prematurely. I don't want to have to do that. I want to maximize the long-term gains, bro, so we gotta fucking nail everything, bro. But yeah, that is probably the video wrapped up, to be fair. See you guys in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoy the content. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see, whether that's a full day of eating, a food challenge. What? A food challenge and prep, bro? Yeah, I'm joking. A food challenge. Fucking fuck that shit, bro. The only food challenge that's valid that I'd ever consider doing again would probably be the plant burrito challenge. But I don't know if I've ever got gonna have the appetite to do that again, to be honest with you. But yeah, if you want to see fucking whatever you want to see, guys, just let me know down below. I definitely will film some more training sessions. I've got probably be out before this video, in all fairness. My most recent video in that case is a leg day film of Cam. Obviously that will be coming out, well, will be out probably by the time this is up. But yeah, either way, I'll definitely film some more training videos because they seem to go down a treat. I definitely want to film, like, try and start filming one of those a week, because like, yeah, I definitely could be a bit more on that, because I think that's what most people watch me for, is generally the training videos as opposed to the vlogs. But the vlogs are fun and I do enjoy doing them, so I'm gonna long may it continue. Hopefully I continue doing this into the off season as well. But I'll speak to you guys in a bit. Have a good fucking rest of your days, guys, and yeah, smash out whatever the fuck you're doing right now.